Good morning. This time for a Monday high five, and ever since Friday, when the Lord brought up Johnny Cash's song about the Ring of Fire, I haven't been able to lose this, and there's going to be on the 26th. It's going to be early in the morning. There's going to be a super blood moon, a super blood moon. It is going to be super because it's closer to the earth, so it's going to look bigger. Number one, it's going to, it's also called a super blood flower moon. And so, or flower blood moon, because they call it flower moon because the northern Indians have a name for every full moon because they can tell what it refers to, what is happening in the north, and the flowers come out. But I haven't been able to get this off my mind, and I did blog it on mbostrom2.com. You can go to mbostrom2.com. M is in Mary, Bostrom, B-O-S-T-R-O-M, the number 2.com. And that's my blog site, and I did blog it, but then I remembered because Steve Quayle did a DVD, and it's called Cascadia, and he talked about how many of these seismograph experts and scientists have been threatened. They've been, many of them that have been threatened their tenure. They lose their jobs. Some have left the country because threats on their life. And so this is interesting. It's called the Cascadia Fault. Now, the Cascadia Fault, if you can see this is the west coast, and mostly we have, these are the volcanoes that are actually on the west coast, starting up in Canada, Washington, Oregon, and into the tip of California. Mostly Oregon. Now, a lot of you will remember Mount St. Helens, how that totally blew the side of the mountain out. But all of these are really have been dormant for so many years. But if you remember the volcano in Iceland not too long ago that had been dormant for, what did they say, 4,000 years, something like that? Well, and this is another picture of the earthquake area that could happen here along the coast. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, number one, the Spirit of the Lord won't let me alone about this. And, I do a lot of studying about signs in the heavens. And when there is a full moon, it will affect the high tides. And so it really does affect the earth. And we live here on the Gulf Coast. And so we understand high tides and low tides. There's a whole sandbar that you can walk out on down by our Texas City dike. And it's huge and it's beautiful. But you can't even see it when there's high tide because it's totally covered. And there's more mining accidents because it affects our earth very, very much. And this blood moon that's going to be on Wednesday is going to be over the Pacific, and that is called the Ring of Fire. Remember the song on Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire? Well, this is the Pacific Ring of Fire, and it has the most earthquakes. It's just like a hot spot. And another thing that really triggered this for me to talk about it more was yesterday, John Kilpatrick, Church of His Presence. Ken and I went to an early service yesterday morning so we could come home and watch John Kilpatrick finish out the 10 signs of this last hour. And he really stressed on the earthquakes yesterday. And so it's just something that's not letting me alone. And, you know, Jesus told us to watch and pray. Never are we supposed to speculate, but we are watching and praying. And I'm praying especially for the people in the West Coast that they will have peace, that they'll be able to enjoy the blood moon, and that the Spirit of the Lord will fall upon them in a new and mighty way. Mario Murillo is doing an amazing job out there reaching the lost for Jesus. So have a great day. Bye-bye.